May I come in?
Yes, please.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, sirs.
Please sit down. Shikha.
जी सर.
So when you have finished your LLB?
So 2019.
90
19, sir.
or graduation?
So BA LLB course. I've done
One course.
one course, a 5-year course, BA LLB.
Mark sheet, yes, anyway.
Where is your mark sheet?
So I haven't attached it. I made a mistake in, sir.
You have done LLM also. LLM also.
Yes, sir. That I've completed in 2021, sir.
September, 6%. Candidate has CGPA. CGPA means percentage. It's 6.77. CGPA.
So, yes, sir. It's out of 8. It's cumulative marks that are given. Yes.
So this is your second attempt.
Yes, sir.
So when first last time? First attempt?
Yes, sir. In the year 2019 itself, sir.
90.
After my graduation, sir.
So you remain in interview, failed in interview, or
So I couldn't clear the mains examination. Yes, sir.
now you have improved that subject?
I have, so I've tried to.
All right, teacher.
ये आपका BA LLB में क्या क्या सब्जेक्ट पढ़ाते हैं?
So सारे subjects थे. Contracts, criminal laws, arbitration was there, constitution, constitutional remedies. So 10 semesters, we had around easily 20 to 30 subjects.
अच्छा, फिर आपने LLM में लिया, स्पेशलाइजेशन था आपका
Constitution.
एंड एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव लॉ.
Yes, sir.
एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव लॉ से क्या मतलब आपका, कौन कौन सी चीजों को कवर करते हैं?
So administrative law, so इतने सारे functions हो जाते हैं that the state itself needs to, so the parliament needs to delegate some power to the executive ताकि functioning can be more efficient. So administrative law is that branch of law wherein the executive exercises those powers.
और सर्विस लॉ जूरिस्प्रूडेंस भी इसमें इंक्लूडेड है?
So service law again, so administrative law itself is part of constitution. So I feel service law constitution से ज़्यादा relate करता है. But I'm not very well aware of.
नहीं है.
So part है, definitely है. Again, executive deals with it. But then I'm not very knowledgeable on that topic, sir, regarding service law.
तो आपका स्पेशलाइजेशन है.
So administrative law में जो portions किए जैसे appointments है या removal है constitutional position का, so that I'm aware. उसके अलावा सभी I'm unable to recall the specifics.
अच्छा, ये बताएं, इनको गवर्नमेंट सर्वेंट्स को प्रोटेक्शन है,
जी
वो
सर.
कौन सा आर्टिकल है बताएंगे?
So 311 में प्रोटेक्शन दिया गया है कि एक तो आपका जो रैंक होगा, सो एक तो रिडक्शन इन रैंक नहीं हो सकता एंड जो सबऑर्डिनेट है उनसे
रिडक्शन
नहीं.
इन रैंक से क्या मतलब?
सो रिडक्शन इन रैंक से मतलब है कि राइट सर. सो जो पोजीशन है, इफ आई एम डिप्यूटेड समवेयर और so as far as I can remember it, it's if there's a certain position, then I cannot be in punishment given a lower position than what my current position is.
और एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव लॉ में जो सर्विसेज के चार्जशीट वगैरह होती हैं, उनमें प्रिजाइडिंग ऑफिसर किसको बनाते हैं?
I'm sorry, sir. I'm not aware of this.
कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन की बात करें,
जी सर.
डायरेक्टिव प्रिंसिपल्स जिनको आज की तारीख में फंडामेंटल राइट की शेप दे दी गई, वो दो बता दें।
So directive principles, equal pay for equal work है, then protection
ये इक्वल पे फॉर
equal work.
ये कौन सा आर्टिकल से कवर हो गई?
So this is Article 39.
आर्टिकल
39 में इक्वल पे फॉर इक्वल वर्क है क्या?
So as far as I remember, so it's Article 39.
क्या है ये स्पेसिफिकली लिखा हुआ है आर्टिकल में किसी में इक्वल पे फॉर इक्वल वर्क के बारे में?
और भी है क्या कुछ?
So और है इसमें concentration of power नहीं होगा एक जगह, and so I think the exact words ये यूज नहीं किया हुआ है, but equal pay for equal work essence में निकल गया था.
कोई एग्जैक्ट डीपीएसपी बताइए।
Right, sir.
फंडामेंटल राइट में कन्वर्ट हो गया।
Right, sir. So education, right to education is there,
ओके।
and so you,
राइट टू एजुकेशन जो है वो कब अमेंड हो गया है, कब ऐड हुआ है?
so 86th Amendment Act.
86।
Yes, sir.
Which year?
So here I'm unable to recall right now, sir.
Okay, so what was the topic of the thesis dissertation?
So my topic was beef, or it was on beef ban, and I also included secularism as a part of my topic in it.
Secularism.
Yes, sir.
So what is secularism specifically?
So secularism specifically is that the state will not the state will not have a religion of its own. The state will have neutrality
Okay.
in matters of religion.
So the beef ban, what do you believe that whether this is constitutional
So
or
it
unconstitutional?
Right, sir. So I believe that it's constitutional. However, the topic of my thesis, as I've stated in it, is that the complete ban that has been imposed in certain areas, that I feel is that, in my opinion, is not correct. There shouldn't be complete ban, because a lot of minor communities are being impacted because of it, and they are impacted negatively. So maybe there's a need for
Can you
review
support
it.
us with some legal proposition, some leading case laws?
So that was my argument, because I don't have a legal case law as such, but if we talk about rights of communities, so in fundamental rights itself, we can include that Article 21, they have right to food. So minorities, so
right to food and having right to access only the beef, particular beef.
Right,
These
sir.
two things are same.
So not same, however, for example, certain communities, they have easily accessibility to it, and this comes cheaper to them in amounts of monetary terms. So lively.
Have you did any research regarding
Right,
this?
I did, sir.
What survey? Any kind of thing? How
no,
do you claim that the beef is cheaper than?
So
other
I
items?
had a doctrinal research.
Doctrinal?
It was a doctrinal research, so I did not do a survey. However, I looked up studies and reports, and there were newspaper reports as well, and some state reports also I remember including in it.
Okay.
So there were minor communities like.
What is your hypothesis?
So my hypothesis was whether the right. So my hypothesis was that the way that we have included protection. So this was based on Article 48, the beef ban. So my hypothesis was that whether the thinking that was at the time of Constitution, when the Constitution was made, and whether the form in which it is included is valid till date. So on that I had answered, and I had said that there is a need for review of the same,
Can you
because
tell me what is
circumstances.
null hypothesis?
What is null? So I'm unable to recall right now. So
Okay. So Shikha, can you tell us which is your favorite subject in law?
so it's not specifically, I don't have a specific subject, but I enjoy reading criminal law more, sir. So, and at that minor acts, I do enjoy reading those. So
क्रिमिनल को बहुत पसंद करते हैं स्टूडेंट।
Yes. क्रिमिनल एक नेचुरल अट्रैक्शन है उसमें क्रिमिनल लॉ में.
Okay, so this time three very important minor laws has been included in your syllabus,
Right,
which
ma'am.
are specifically related to the women.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, one is Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act. One is Prevention of Sexual Harassment at Workplace Act. And, right, ma'am,
Third
three.
one,
Ma'am, the third one is Indecent Representation of Women.
so can you please tell us what is the composition of internal committee of this POSH Act?
In POSH. So, ma'am, in POSH Act, the internal committee has 4 members, ma'am. One, I'm sorry, ma'am, I think I made a mistake. It's 3 members. One is the chairperson would be a woman at a senior position, and then there will be 2 people who have engaged in who have been engaged who are working there and engaged in social work, ma'am.
And what about the fourth one? Actually, previously it was correct.
Oh,
There are 4 members.
okay, ma'am. I
The
think
fourth one should be external or internal?
I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm right now unable to
And
recall the
what kind
answer.
of
to you.
jurisdiction actually this committee is having?
Ma'am, the jurisdiction is that the jurisdiction is restricted to the workplace where it's constituted, and the rules that are applicable will be the rules that are made by the company itself, misconduct rules, which whatever the institute comes up with.
And what is the another committee?
Ma'am-
Apart from this internal committee, is there any other committee?
Right, ma'am. Ma'am, it's a local complaint committee.
It's local complaint committee.
It's
or
local.
this
It's local.
local committee.
Local committee, ma'am.
Okay. In which amendment this complaint word was means it was eliminated from this internal complaint committee or maybe local complaint committee.
Ma'am, that I'm not aware of.
Okay, Shika, let's take a problem. Okay.
Yes, sir.
The thing is that there was a picnic arranged by some student. Okay.
Yes,
And
sir.
they moving around through bus to that picnic spot, and during that transition in a midway, something happened basically wrong. Sexually assault has been done by a bus conductor to a student.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So whether this particular case will come under the ambit of the POSH or not?
So it will come under it because the definition of workplace under the Act includes if in relation to work, if there is traveling and if it's by a vehicle, so the space inside the vehicle itself would include workplace.
Okay, so do one thing. एक additional वो करते हैं. There is a bank.
Yes,
where
sir.
there is a manager and another person, another female member is there, who visit some other place. ठीक है. As per the instruction of the bank for
Yes,
some
sir.
business in some another place, and at that another place in the night in the hotel room,
Yes, sir.
9 o'clock, the bank manager who is residing in the same city, basically we can say that transmit some vulgar messages to that
Right, sir.
particular female employee. Whether this will come under the ambit of the POSH or not?
So vulgar messages in relation. Okay, sir. So I believe that it will come under it because again they have travelled for work purposes. They are colleagues in the same institute, and he's making he's making sexually colored remarks, which is included in the definition.
Is there any leading case regarding that?
So I don't recall a case right now.
Okay, Shikha, why the word court of justice is defined under IPC? Why not only court? Although in Evidence Act there is only court,
Court.
yeah, under section 3.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
in IPC there is court of justice. What is the meaning of court of justice?
Sorry, ma'am. This I'm not sure of the reason why Court of Justice has been included, ma'am.
So, do you remember the definition of this court of justice?
Somewhat, ma'am. I do remember. It states that it will include all the judges and any other authorities which upon which matters are presented and who decide upon those matters.
Okay, after this Reorganization Act, Jammu and Kashmir
Yes, ma'am.
Reorganization Act, the whole act, right?
Yes,
it
ma'am.
will be applicable wholly India,
India's.
right?
Yes.
So what should be the India's definition?
What should be India's definition, ma'am? Ma'am, it will include all the
Are you
territory.
sure? What act says?
No, ma'am, I'm not sure of the answer, ma'am.
Please have a look.
I'll go back and have a look, ma'am.
Okay, as per the definition of IPC
Yes,
in
sir.
India,
Yes,
it
sir.
still excludes the Jammu and Kashmir.
Yes.
So now the question is that whether this Reorganization Act will
Right,
be
sir.
applicable as per the interpretation of the Indian Penal Code or not.
So it will be all of India only because
But the IPC clearly mentioned that particular thing. We know India excludes
India
Jammu and
means, and you can see the definition of India, and not only
Right,
the
ma'am.
IPC. You can also go
In
through
CRPC
evidence
also,
and
Index Act.
all the acts.
ma'am,
It
actually,
doesn't make the changes and the correction in the definition of India.
India. Ma'am, actually, the Parliament will need to make these changes, and these are this is the judgment. For now, the Supreme Court has given the made changes to it.
Okay,
Or
Shikha, just tell me that the Indian Penal Code is subjected to which entry of the Constitution?
so it's concurrent list.
Concurrent list.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
so if there is no amendment of the definition of the India, okay, what will be the consequences? Whether the Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Act will prevail over this particular definition of IPC or not?
So I know that it will be applicable. It will be applicable only in all of India,
Okay.
but I'm unaware if the amendments have been made at this
Okay,
point,
no,
sir.
amendment has not been made yet. Okay, but still the Jammu Kashmir Reorganization Act will prevail.
Yes,
So
sir.
under which article?
The Parliament will have supremacy from.
Parliament or center or union list may, if there is any conflict. So which list will prevail or which subject matter will prevail?
So the union list will prevail
Yes.
here.
Okay, so under which article?
So that is Article 254, sir.
254.
Yes, sir.
Confirm.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Shikha, can you tell me what is the difference between the culpable homicide and murder?
So difference is very. It's a very thin line. So the degree of intention that is needed in murder is more than under what
And
culpable.
how we can determine the degree of intention? Is there any test regarding that? Is there any case law, any kind of list is there to
So-
determine the degree of the intention?
Yes, sir. So I remember one landmark judgment on this, which is R versus Govinda. After that, also a lot of judgments have come. So all judgments state that we have to look at the intention. If there is a very clear intention of committing murder, of killing someone, then that's murder. But in culpable homicide, that's not always the case. So the distinction was given that culpable homicide is the genus and murder is the species.
Okay, so is there any culpable homicide which has been provided under IPC which is equal to the murder? First degree of the culpable homicide. Have you have any idea regarding this? The definition of the murder and the culpable homicide. The first degree of the culpable homicide is a murder as per the IPC.
So from what I remember, it's in 304 or 304B of the, section 304. So at this point, I'm unable to
Okay, no problem. And tell me what are the exceptions?
of murder, sir.
Yes,
So
culpable
the
homicide not amounting to murder.
culpable homicide, yes, sir. So the first is grave and sudden provocation. Second is right to private defense. Third would be if a public servant is executing his duties. So in that case, so fourth would be right. So fourth would be that if it's an adult person and they have given consent for the same. So fifth point I'm unable to recall right now.
थोड़ा लाइट कर दें, आपने सीरियस कर दिया।
शिखा,
जी सर।
आप जयपुर के ही हैं रहने वाले?
जी सर, रहने वाले यहीं के, होम डिस्ट्रिक्ट सवाई माधोपुर है सर।
तो सवाई माधोपुर के बारे में कौन कौन सी ऐसी चीज़ें हैं जो फेमस चीज़ें हैं?
So the most famous thing that is known for is the wildlife sanctuary. The tiger, there is a tiger safari there. So most of the attraction is for that only, sir. उसके अलावा सर वहाँ पे एक मंदिर भी है, चौथ माता का मंदिर है, so वहाँ पे भी काफी जाते हैं लोग। And sir again,
माता का है या गणेश?
गणेश जी का है।
so आप
खड़े गणेश जी हैं वहाँ पे।
हाँ, कोई गणेश जी है।
जी सर, गणेश जी का भी सर आई
ज़्यादातर
थिंक
लोग उसी के लिए
चौथ माता का भी है।
उसको
चौथ-
उदाहरण है।
दोनों है सर। अच्छा सर, थोड़ी गलती हो गई सर यहाँ पे।
अच्छा, अभी प्रेसिडेंट के लिए
जी सर।
जिन दो लोगों के नाम
जी सर।
नॉमिनेशन में हैं, उनके नाम कौन कौन से हैं?
सर श्रीमती द्रौपदी मुर्मू हैं, एंड एक और द अदर कैंडिडेट इज मिस्टर यशवंत सिन्हा।
एक चीज पूछ रहा हूँ, अभी यशवंत सिन्हा साहब का एक इंटरव्यू आया, उन्होंने कहा कि ये द्रौपदी प्रेसिडेंट बनती हैं तो वो रबर स्टाम्प रहेंगी, और ये मैं प्रेसिडेंट बनता हूँ तो एक्चुअल जैसा प्रेसिडेंट होना चाहिए कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के अनुसार
मैं वैसा
मैं वैसा बनूंगा।
जी सर।
तो इसमें उनके कहने में आपको क्या अंतर प्रतीत होता है? उन्होंने कहा कि अभी भी जो प्रेसिडेंट हैं वो भी रबर स्टाम्प है, उन्होंने क्या क्यों कहा ऐसा?
ये सही है या
क्या सही है,
गलत
क्यों
था?
कहा उन्होंने?
क्या लगा?
सर माय ओपिनियन इज एज अ कैंडिडेट जो मैटर्स हैं, जो काम करेंगे उन चीज़ों पे बात करनी चाहिए। थोड़ा सा डायरेक्शन द वर्डिंग यूज्ड
We
वाज
want your answer on constitutional
We want-
perspective.
हाँ, या
सो
संवैधानिक परिप्रेक्ष्य में बताइए।
समझ
So, president is not a rubber stamp. He has to exercise his own. He's the executive head. He has to exercise his own wisdom in a lot of areas.
वो अपनी मर्जी से इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं।
So, foremost तो pardoning power आ जाती है, और जगह भी even when he has to consider the bills, so he can give them back for reviewing them. So he is applying his mind when he's.
तो स्टाम्प पे बिल अगर वापस रिव्यू होके आ गया, then
So here the constitution does limit powers of president, but then again
कोई
pardoning.
ऑप्शन है क्या? मान लीजिए प्रेसिडेंट ने बिल रिवर्ट किया है, ठीक है,
जी
और
सर।
वापस फिर से पार्लियामेंट उसको पास करके भेज देती है।
So then the president has to sign it.
Is there any way कि ना करे वो?
So I
Have you ever heard about the pocket veto?
I have heard about it, but
What is pocket veto?
so right now I don't recall it, sir.
पॉकेट वीटो एक प्रोविजन है,
जी सर।
साइन करेगा ये कंपलसरी है, कब करेगा ये कंपलसरी नहीं है,
Right, sir.
कितने टाइम में करेगा ये कंपलसरी नहीं है।
Yes, sir.
तो एक वे है प्रेसिडेंट के पास।
अच्छा, साइन नहीं करते हैं तो कहीं कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में कुछ उनके लिए लिखा हुआ है कि वो उन्होंने क्या गलती कर दी है? कि प्रेसिडेंट साइन नहीं करते हैं किसी बिल पे और रिवर्ट कर देते हैं और फिर वापस भेज देता है, फिर भी साइन नहीं करते।
So so I'm not sure if there's a provision
अच्छा,
for it.
प्रेसिडेंट को हटाने का जो
Impeachment.
ग्राउंड है
जी
वो
सर।
क्या है?
So impeachment is कि अगर कोई भी
नहीं,
act,
Ground, only ground.
So
So
the- so if any act is ultra vires to the constitution,
Grounds
Violation
of
of
his
the
removal.
constitution.
हाँ sir,
Violation of the
violation of the constitution, sir.
अच्छा, और अगर चीफ जस्टिस को हटाना हो, जजेस रिमूवल करना हो, जस्टिसेस को,
So incapacity and misbehavior.
मिसबिहेवियर एंड इनकैपेसिटी।
Yes, sir. So these are the two grounds that I recall.
दोनों के लिए इम्पीचमेंट वर्ड, दोनों के लिए
दोनों के लिए इम्पीचमेंट पर वर्ड है,
जी सर।
दोनों के लिए
कंफर्म है?
जी सर।
फिर एड्रेस किसको बोलते हैं?
Address, so I'm not aware of this.
अच्छा, इंडियन सिनेरियो में कोई ऐसा जज है जिसके खिलाफ महाभियोग प्रस्ताव यानी कि
Impeachment procedure
प्रोसीजर लागू किया गया हो?
So I remember Justice Karnan, actions were taken against Justice Karnan, sir.
Any other?
So I don't recall any other name.
जस्टिस सौमित्र मुखर्जी सुना है?
So मुझे अभी ध्यान नहीं है।
फ्री कर
ओके सजेस्ट कर दो क्या
So,
बेस्ट ऑफ लक.
Thank you, sir.
Shikha, well presented और two or three things है. First, ठीक है, personality is good, confidence is good, ठीक है, communication is good. Sometime you behave more casual, वो रोकना है.
जी sir.
ठीक है, तुम्हारी लेफ्ट आई कभी कभी ब्लिंक करती है अलग तरीके से.
जी
ठीक
sir.
है, इस पे ध्यान देना है. ठीक है, because those judges are very dignity, high
Right, sir.
dignity peoples होते हैं. ठीक है, तो they will count everything. How you are behaving, decorum is very important.
Yes.
इसको रखना है. ठीक, बाकी everything is okay. करंट अफेयर अपडेट करिए और थोड़ा सा,
जी sir.
ठीक है, एंड ट्राई टू कनेक्ट इट. दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. करंट अफेयर दो तरीके से पढ़ा जाता है. एक होता है ओनली फॉर द अवेयरनेस, अगेन एक होता है नॉट ओनली फॉर द अवेयरनेस बट फॉर द सॉल्यूशंस आल्सो. ठीक है,
Right,
और
sir.
आपको सॉल्यूशन प्रोवाइडर होना है.
Provide करना
जैसे
है.
सर ने बहुत सारे करंट अफेयर क्वेश्चन पूछे. यू जस्ट नीड नॉट टू नरेट द स्टोरी और द फैक्ट, यू हैव टू आल्सो हैव अ सॉल्यूशन इन योर हैंड. ठीक है,
Yes, sir.
रेडी टू मेक. ठीक है, अगर उन्होंने पूछा प्रॉब्लम का क्या सॉल्यूशन है वो भी आप बता दीजिए. सर ने बहुत ब्यूटीफुली द्रौपदी मुर्मू मैडम का
जी.
रबर स्टाम्प का फिर उसको जोड़ दिया. ठीक है, तो ये आपको एक कनेक्टिविटी रखनी पड़ेगी.
जी sir.
करंट को थोड़ा सा याद देखिए, क्योंकि लॉ को करंट के साथ पढ़िए इस समय तो इंटरव्यू के लिए तो खास तौर से.
सर कुछ सजेशंस है कि मैं कौन सी चीज़ों पे यहाँ पे फोकस कर सकती हूँ. एक बार मैं पढ़ूंगी बट एक बार आप भी अगर ऐसे कुछ.
कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन तो अच्छे से करिएगा.
जी,
और
सर.
सीआरपीसी सीपीसी भी इम्पोर्टेंट है.
एलएलएम के सब्जेक्ट
ये आप
LLM is very important. Yes, sir.
Concentration.
This one you have to defend your LLM. If you are claiming that yes you
एलएलएम को
this LLM
justify
degree
करना पड़ेगा.
because you did your LLM in constitution and administrative law, बहुत
Administrative
huge
law
part है.
part should be also.
ठीक है,
और एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव लॉ क्या है वो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल लॉ तो कोई भी बता देगा.
एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव लॉ जो है
जो है क्या है उसमें क्या क्या चीजें इंक्लूडेड हैं
कहाँ से इंस्पायर है
और कैसे वो डेवलप हुआ है.
एक डेवलप एक सेपरेट कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन लॉ का ही एक पार्ट है, लेकिन डेवलप सेपरेटली
पूछा
होगा.
आपसे ज्यादा ये जा सकता है
जी
कि आप
सर.
एलएलएम है, इसमें स्पेशलाइजेशन है, तो इससे
और अपना ये आपका बहुत ही कंट्रोवर्शियल टॉपिक है बीफ बैन.
बीफ बैन आई नो सो वो थोड़ा.
ठीक,
that-
only
yes,
in the
sir.
eye of the law, not
No personal opinions.
with the emotions. ठीक है,
Yes, sir.
इमोशन से डील नहीं करना है, सिर्फ और सिर्फ लॉ से डील करना है.
जी
इस बात
सर.
को याद रखिएगा, क्योंकि काफी और टॉपिक को पूरा याद रखिए. इतना टॉपिक नहीं हुआ जो
I will yes sir definitely go through it again.
टॉपिक सही नहीं बताया है. ठीक है, तो टॉपिक भी आप पूरा याद रखेंगे तभी आप
Hypothesis पूरा एक बार देख के जाइए.
बताइए.
So the topic was
अभी तो हमने पूछा नहीं, हम आपसे कंक्लूजन और सजेशन पूछ सकते थे.
okay sir. So
सजेशंस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि जो भी डिसर्टेशन में आपने सजेशन दिए. ठीक है, रिसर्च एटीट्यूड आपको वहाँ पे अपना अप टू द मार्क
होना चाहिए.
ठीक है.
So one thing that I wanted to clarify is, so my form that I filled, LLM उस टाइम हुआ नहीं था, अभी हुआ है 2021 डिग्री बाद में आई है. So that I haven't disclosed at that point. And मेरा एग्जाम हो गया था, उसके बाद I joined in as a assistant professor ताकि मैं पढ़ाई पे थोड़ा टच कर रखूँ.
तो आपके केस में मैं समझता हूँ आपको बताना चाहिए क्योंकि परसेंटेज आपकी 70 है.
जी सर.
परसेंटेज
इट विल ऐड समथिंग.
आपको मिलेगा उसका.
Okay, sir.
है ना? इसलिए उसको हाइड करने से कोई फायदा नहीं.
इससे अच्छा वो सब्जेक्ट कवर करके आई शुड
हाँ.
जस्ट डिस्क्लोज इट दैट वे.
हाँ,
ओके सर.
ये कंफर्म है. जैसे ही आपने डिस्क्लोज किया कि यू आर
उसके
LLM
सवाल
क्वालिफाइड,
पूछेंगे.
आपका इंटरव्यू वहाँ अप्रोच करना शुरू कर दिया.
सेंटर उधर पे
Yes.
आ जाए.
They should be ready for this.
और अच्छा है
हाँ.
जितना आप अपने एलएलएम में जितना जानते हैं, बोर्ड बहुत अच्छे से
Appreciate करेगा.
इतनी जानकारी जो आपको है वो तो बोर्ड को होती नहीं. उस आपके अपने टॉपिक पे उतनी
बस
जानकारी तो
बिल्कुल,
नहीं
बिल्कुल.
होती.
LLM मतलब you are specialized. ठीक है,
ओके
you
सर.
can
सो
govern it, you can sell it.
ओके
लेकिन
सर.
आप जैसे बताएंगे असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर हूँ प्रेजेंट.
कहाँ
सो
पे
मैंने एग्जाम के बाद ही ज्वाइन किया
कहाँ
था.
पे हैं आप असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर?
So there's a private university, Apex University.
एपेक्स.
जी सर.
क्या पढ़ाते हो?
सो अभी कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स पढ़ाया बट फिर इंटरव्यू आ गया था तो मैंने मुश्किल से 10 दिन गई हूँ एंड देन
अच्छा,
Are you net qualified?
I have ma'am in March I have completed
you have to
now.
appear.
I've completed it sir. Yes sir. That I haven't disclosed because forms पहले fill हो गए थे. So now my concern is whether I should disclose it in the bio data.
So it's totally depend upon you if you want to defend it. If you have that kind of confidence, it will definitely going to add some point in your interview. ठीक है
जो परसेंटेज अच्छी है ना आपकी।
सो
Percentage
मेरा
is good.
कंसर्न ये हो जाता है, वो बोलेंगे जब आप ऑलरेडी टीचिंग प्रोफेशन में हो, इतना बढ़िया प्रोफेशन है, सो व्हाई डू यू वांट टू बी एन आरजेएस?
So it's a very practical and honest answer that this is my plan B.
So that I should,
Yes.
I can say
Yes,
that.
because after completion of your graduation, immediately you was appeared for the
This is the
RJS.
smart
So
choice.
that was your first priority.
LLM
But
के
ये
दो कारण है, एक तो जो सर ने अभी कहा मेरा प्लान बी है, और दूसरा ये है कि जुडिशरी में आऊंगे मेरे को 3 इंक्रीमेंट एडिशनल मिलेंगे,
बस ये बहुत relevant
और
answer
अच्छा
है,
कैरियर है।
career अच्छा है.
और बेस्ट कैरियर है,
Yes.
मैं बेस्ट कैरियर।
And now even the judiciary wants some research oriented peoples. ठीक है, they have research. आपको पता होगा रिसर्च असिस्टेंट्स
जी,
होते हैं
जी,
जजेस
सर,
जो
आजकल,
judges
जी,
के
सर।
4 5 तो everyone is doing this kind of research. So
Okay,
it will
sir.
definitely add some
Add.
edge in your profession also.